This is WISN 12 News with election coverage.
It is 8:24 tonight. Polls are now closed in Wisconsin. Results are starting to come in on election night, and be sure to check the ticker on the bottom of your screen for the latest numbers.
And because polls are closed in Wisconsin, we want to take a look at the presidential race and the numbers coming out of Wisconsin right now. For that, we turn to political director Matt Smith.
About 25 minutes after polls closed, these latest results, about 5% reporting statewide. Very early with caution. Trump 55 to Kamala Harris's 43. What we need to look at this point is where these votes are coming. Only a handful of counties, as you can see, beginning to report. Let's first take a look at Dane County, home of Madison. Democrats need a massive outturning here. Right now, Kamala Harris with 69% of the vote to Trump's 30 with 12% reporting. We're going to see how this progresses throughout the evening. Also, Waukesha County, a key Republican stronghold. Trump was 61% to 38. What we need to watch in Waukesha County is Trump's percentage. If he's above 60 or if he's below 60, that's going to be a huge indicator. Ozaukee County, another critical county for Republicans. No results reporting yet there. As we continue to see these results come in, one other critical part we're going to look at is the third-party candidates, how much RFK Jr. and Jill Stein are receiving. The concern for Republicans is RFK is going to take away from Trump. The concern from Democrats is Jill Stein is going to take away from Kamala Harris with 6% reporting, Trump with 56 to 43. Guys, incredibly early, but our first tiny snapshot of some of the very, very early results coming in across the state.
All right, Matt, thank you.
Meanwhile, we are following some breaking news here in Wisconsin.
Right now, human error forcing Milwaukee workers to recount about 31,000 absentee ballots. Let's go ahead and bring in 12 News' Kendall Keys, who's joining us live at the Baird Center downtown, where that recount is happening right now. Kendall, the Republican State Party chair and Republican Senator Ron Johnson showed up to Central Count.
All right, Deanna, taking a look at things here, we watch them walk up and down the aisles here, take a closer look at those machines and confront the city's election chief. Now, they showed up after learning the doors on the tabulation machines were not properly sealed, leading to a retabulation of 31,000 absentee ballots. Milwaukee's election chief made the call, she says, after consulting with both Republicans and Democrats. They had been predicting they'd finish between 2 or 3 in the morning. This, of course, could mean we'll be waiting on results even later than that.
We've had a couple of years to get ready for this, and so to be in a situation where tabulating machines have obvious defects or there's some question about what happened there, I think it's legitimate to ask those questions.
The most recent update we received from officials here came just after 7, and that was about 43,000 ballots had been processed here, and that's out of 107,000 ballots that will be counted here likely into the morning hours.
A long night in store for us. Kendall Keys reporting live in Milwaukee. Thank you.
We are also tracking the race for Wisconsin's contested U.S. Senate seat. So let's take a look at the numbers that are in right now. 7% reporting. And at this point in the evening, with polls having closed just 30 minutes ago, you have Eric Hovde, the Republican challenger, leading the incumbent Democrat Tammy Baldwin, 56%, 42%. He has roughly about a 33, or actually it's just changing here moments ago, 53-45, a 22,000 vote lead for Eric Hovde.
Now, 12 News has crews in Madison with both the Baldwin and Hovde campaigns. Let's go ahead and start with 12 News' Hannah Hilliard at the Tammy Baldwin headquarters. Hannah?
Well, Deanna and Derek, we are in the Orpheum Theater in downtown Madison, where the doors just opened about 20 minutes ago. Some people are starting to come in, but no one brave enough just yet or willing to come to the front of the room and watch these results roll in on one of the larger screens. You will be able to watch the results tonight. Now, we know Tammy Baldwin earlier today said she felt as if she had the momentum. She is actually not here in the theater just yet. She is with family, waiting it out, watching those results come in, and they do expect it to be a late night here in Madison.
All right, Hannah, thank you.
All right, and 12 News' Emily Pofall is also in Madison covering the Eric Hovde campaign watch party. Emily, how is it looking there where you are?
Well, Eric Hovde actually just took the podium talking to a fired up crowd about this month-long race, getting emotional when talking about the support of his wife and also mentioning that absentee ballot error in Milwaukee. Here's Hovde just minutes ago. Well, it's a packed event here as this race is set to be one of the most hotly contested, something that everyone's keeping their eyes on as it comes to whether the Republicans or Democrats have control of the Senate. Derek.
All right, and Eric Hovde with the lead early on at this point. Emily Pofall live at the Eric Hovde campaign in Madison. She'll be there throughout the evening.
And we'll continue to keep you updated throughout the evening. We'll be right back.